another tutorial with me. My name is Crafty JoJo and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the UK. And today I'm going to show you how to assemble this magic slider card, and it slides out two panels to the side with sentiments on and embellishments, and if you actually undo the belly band you can open it, and there's space for a private message here as well where you can write your personal note. So this card is really very pretty and has this special effect, and I'm going to show you how to assemble it. The tutorial with all the measurements and requirements can be purchased in my Etsy shop later on for £3.50. If you're not happy to pay for my brain work, I'm very sorry to disappoint you on this one, but 98% of my channel's content is free, and this one was really hard to figure out. It was a lot of trial and error, and that's why I'm charging for the brain work that is behind this make. If you feel that this is not worth to pay for it, feel free to leave my channel, because I know this might sound a bit harsh, but I don't mean it harsh. I find it actually quite harsh if people expect me to every day publish new tutorials for free. The brain work, the products that I use that go on every single object, the hours that goes in it, believe me, £3.50 doesn't cover the cost. And again, you are really welcome. Try and figure a project like this out yourself, and you will see how much time it takes, how much trial and error, how much counting and thinking and inventing goes into this. And that's why this tutorial isn't going to be free. I mean, it's free to watch, but I'm not going to give you the measurements. You can purchase it later on. I'm going to put it up in my Etsy store later on, so you can take the measurements from there then. But this card, I'm going to show you now how to assemble it. So what you will need is, of course, I've die cut this panel from a set of dies I had. This is going to be on the left side of my sliding out card. I don't know yet what I'm going to put on. Probably I'll leave this unstamped to use the card for a later occasion, maybe like happy birthday or something. Furthermore, you need to die cut a circle. I used the stitched framelits set, which is this one, stitched shapes framelits dies, and I used a larger circle die from it. And I have stamped my medallion in lemon lime twist and dapper denim to keep it color coordinated. And this is the stamp set I used. It was from the last celebration, Make a Medallion. So if you haven't got this, you have to improvise and use something else. That's no problem. You could also easily embellish it with flowers, or even like fussy cut a flower like this and put a flower on your medallion instead of stamping one. So I fussy cut one of the flowers from my designer paper, and I've already added loads of dimensionals to the back side, because this is going to be on the right side of my panel, and I'm going to layer this. You would need a piece of flexible and really thin plastic, and I actually use this. This is like for to protect your documents, these plastic sheets, and I just used my paper trimmer to cut it. And I've already added one strip of double-sided sticky tape to this end, and I'm going to show you how you do this. You need your panel for the private message, and you need various pieces of designer paper, and then you need a strip of cardstock with a slightly smaller strip of designer paper for your belly band. You need two bits of cardstock that are going to be folded in half. So I've already scored this and prepped this. And then the main piece consists of two pieces of cardstock. I used dapper denim. I've already pre-scored it and added the sticky tape because they're going to be joined together like so. And let's just start with the cutting work, what we need to do, because on the longer part you would need to actually cut out these bits by hand, because it's going to be slightly smaller here. no, I've cut too far. Well, never mind, it doesn't matter. So just cut in between these lines. So we're cutting this out. All right, and I'm going to, this is not really well cut, so I'm going to give this an extra snip. Okay, so now that we have cut this, we need to, I get my bone folder out, because we need to actually, this is very difficult to fold over, and we give it a sharp, crisp edge by using the bone folder. And then the second one, I even don't know how, I'm going to use my fingernails from the back side and press against it to fold it over, because this is very, very narrow. So it's a bit fiddly, but once you get there, you get there. All right, and you give it a very good rub with your bone folder as well. So you have this little tiny wee bit of something. Actually, I think these two can come off. I'm also cutting these because we don't need them here. We need the other end. So that's why I actually did that right here when I just wasn't sure if I remembered it correctly, but this can come off. Okay, you don't cut off these two ends though, just keep them. So this is what you have, and you are also going to burnish and fold these score lines like so, and then you take the other bit and you burnish and fold, and then you are going to assemble. This goes in like so, and this goes over the top, so that this is the shape you get. Okay, so I'm quickly going to peel off my sticky tape from here, which I've already prepped to save some time. So here we go. So to put this together, I actually try to line the card up as good as I can, and then I just press it down and use my bone folder. And if there is a slight bit of offset like here, I'll just take it off. Okay, so this is what you've got at this point, and this is the body of your card. Now the next thing you need to assemble, actually we can set this aside, is we're going to fold in half these two. These are the sliding bits, and as well we are gluing them together. They need to be double layered because the sliding mechanism needs a very sturdy card, and one layer of cardstock will bend very much when you try to push a card of that size on a belt of that size. So I figured out that actually putting a double layer of cardstock in here is a good idea. So all you do is you fold them in half, glue it together, and then I'm going to round the corners on the sides which will stick out, because that's how I want it. So we are assembling this. it a good rub. And I'm using my envelope punch board, and I am actually, this is the seam which is going to be inside my card, so I'm going to use the nice ball corner here, which is going to be my outside part. And I'm just going to punch through 2 layers of cardstock, rounding my corners. So this is my first card, and this is my second card, and the seam is here, so I'm going to round these corners. And this is what you have got. So you have 2 cards that will slide in and out like so. All right, and the corners are rounded. Okay, so the next thing you would need to assemble is your belly band, which I have prepped. Also, the belly band is slightly wider than your strip of designer paper, and again you just use a double-sided sticky tape, which you put down on the back side of your DSP, and then you just peel it off and glue it, hopefully in the middle of your cardstock, like centrally centered, which is a challenge on this length, but let's see how it goes. This is how I usually do it. I'll try to get the distance right here. Not 100% right. I drank too much coffee, my fingers are a bit fiddly, fidgety. There's always a millimeter too far to the left or to the right, but it's never right. So I want to be super precise, and then I end up trying for hours. Alright, so this is what you got. So this is your belly band prepared. And oops, I just lost this. What you would need to do as well before you can go ahead and assemble the rest, and assemble, especially put this in, is you would need to put down your designer paper, and apparently it needs the corner rounded as well. So I'm getting my punch board out again, and because there is already sticky tape at the back side. Oh, it's all right. It doesn't really cut through. It cuts through the paper, but not through the tape. Oh, this one again hasn't done the job. All right, and we are quickly going to put these in place as well. So peel off. It's a lot of peeling. I've run out of snail. Normally I probably would have used snail tape, but I only had the double-sided sticky tape on a roll, so I have to put up with this. And you are going to glue this on like so. Okay, so you are prepping your cards before they can go inside your card mechanism, so that the paper is in place, because if you do this later on, you won't be able to actually stick your designer paper on very well, because half of your card is inside the sliding mechanism, and even if you pull it out, it will still be in the way. So prep it beforehand, just like so. I need to do it this way because I always start on this side. So all I try to do is get it somehow centered, put it down. I love this paper, it's really beautiful. So this is ready, this is ready, this is ready, and all this is ready. Now what we need to do is we work on the belt. All right, apparently the belt goes around this thing here, and this piece is far too long, so I can actually, but it's easier if you want to put it in place. It's easier if you still have a long strip. So I am going to use a paper clip, if only I could find one. Here it is. Try to put your belly band in like straight like so. Okay, the next thing you do is you peel your strip off. Can you see it? Just trying to don't make a hole in your belly band, in your belt. Okay, so now that we've come this far, you try to really pull it. You want a tight fit, but you don't want it to be too tight so it can't rotate anymore. So getting that right is the biggest challenge, and you have to try. It's a bit fiddly. This is how I put it in place, and I am going to cut off the rest with my scissors. Make sure you don't cut into your belly here, into your belt, into your belly. I'm talking rubbish. And if you have a wee bit of tape that sticks up there, you just cut it off. So with your belly band in place like so, this should slide easily. You will notice that when it goes round the corners, it will slightly slow down, and that's exactly where, when you are trying to run your mechanism and your card isn't very sturdy, you will struggle a lot to push your card in, and that will make the card bendy. And that's why we reinforce the cards with a double layer, because by running it over the edge here, you can feel that here is easy and here it slows down and you need more force, and that is exactly what's happening. So now how to put your card in. Apparently this is going to sit like so. This is the top. This is where the white panel goes on. This is the designer paper, and your things slide out. So apparently this is, it doesn't actually really matter which side you take. You can actually, how do I explain this? Look, the cards go inside like so. Where's the second card? There's my second card. The cards go inside like so. One goes to this side and one goes to this side. Okay, this is how they actually sit in there. And this is how you also have to glue it in place. So make sure you do this without, just like I'm explaining here, do this to get it right. Do it like I'm doing here. So this one needs a strip of sticky tape here, and this is exactly what we're going to add. So I'm going to get my sticky tape out. So for the left card, you need your sticky tape on the right edge of your belt. And you want to peel it off. And now putting it in place, remember face down, because this needs to point to the front. So this is how it goes, and you try to align it as straight as possible with that edge. All right, this is the first one in place. Now when you unfold this, this needs a strip of tape on the other side. So this is what we're going to do here. I need to turn this sideways, otherwise I can't do it. So for the right card, the strip of tape goes to the left side of your belly band, or not belly band, belt band, your belt. Jesus, explaining something in a foreign language is a nightmare sometimes, especially when I'm not 100% well. So sorry for saying belly band, although I mean belt. It is the belt. And now again, try to align it, especially with the other card height and position. And also, oops, give it a good rub. So this is what you have got at this point. So both your cards are in. The sliding mechanism works beautifully. And now the next thing you're going to do is, because this tiny, can you see it, this tiny edge here, I am going to use, how do you call this glue? Super glue. I am going to use some super glue. And before I do this, I'm going to fold this, because what I want to do is, I'm going to show you what I want to do. I fold this like so. I want to line this up exactly at the same height, so I'm going to use a tiny wee bit of super glue only on this edge here. And then I'm just going to align this as straight as possible, and it already glues. And there you go. This is not very neat, but this is what happens now and then, even to me. Never mind. So I use super glue to do that. This guarantees that my mechanism sits in my card, and when you open it, it's like a book. You have this nice neat edge here. So what's left to do is decorate the card, and I'm actually not happy with this corner, so I just see I haven't punched really nicely, so I'm going to give this a trim with my scissor. Okay, here we go. Apparently my flower goes on here, and my panel with whatever I'm going to stamp on there later goes on here, and this one goes in here. So let's just quickly put this in place. I've used, by the way, to create these pretty corners, I've used the trio corner punch, and I've used this one. If you haven't got this, any other corner punch that is decorative will do as well. So you just try to place it nicely, and you give it a rub. The inside of my lid I want to be like so, so I'm going to use this piece of DSP. I love the fresh lemon lime twist approach. It's so, I don't know, it's not really green, it's not really yellow, it's a mix of both, and that's what I like about it. I really love this color. So same procedure here. We're trying to put it in place. All right. And then we are going to put one to the front as well, like so. And I'm going to put one to the back as well, like so. So, and that's all the work done. And then we are ready to do the belly band, which is now a belly band actually, or it's a body band actually, because my card is quite slim, so it doesn't have a belly, it has a body. So here we go. The front of my card. I love this. This looks neat, doesn't it? I really like it. When you open it, you have the same design, and the mechanism works beautifully. Oops. The mechanism works beautifully. So I'm quickly going to put this on the back. So it's not that difficult. You just need to know that how to put in the sliding mechanism. Now that you've seen the secret, you'll probably be able to do it yourself. And we do the same at the back. with a little tiny wee bit of whatever. Okay, so here we go. Now, oh yeah, oh, I'm gonna do this later because this is really fiddly and doesn't need to be in now for you to see. So this is the card basically assembled. Sliding mechanism works beautifully. And now how to put the belly band in place. I'm going to use my scoreboard for it. And I am, because this is almost 12 inches long, so I'll try to find the center somewhere. And I need to find my tool. Just, where is it? I had it before, there it is. My stylus. So I'm going to score basically by measuring on the object, and then I'm gonna fold it. And now I need to, can you see this? Now I need to actually, oh, all these tools in the way, sorry for that. You can't see what I'm doing. Well, I'm struggling here space-wise. So the next score line would be like somewhere here. And you fold it. So this is the first part. Alright, like so. Around your card. Now just do the next part. Which is hopefully here. You see how it fits. And the last one is going there. So it's basically a bit like, there are no score marks for belly bands. When I do belly bands, they always are done like that. And I want the seam to be at the front, because the seam where the two ends come together will be covered by my medallion anyway, but because the overlap is quite large here, I am going to cut both ends a bit. Going to take like that much off. Let's see. Yeah, and this end can wave goodbye to a bit as well. This is good enough. All right. So I'm going to use wet glue to close the belly band. When you close your belly band, make sure it has a good fit, but not overly tight, because otherwise it won't slide off easily, and that is going to be a big problem when you want to undo it, like when you want to take it off and it doesn't slide easily. So before your glue sets, make sure you are trying out how well it slides, and then just keep it there. So I have to hold this for a while because this is not the best glue, but my Tombow is finished as always, like everything. I'm waiting so desperately for my delivery, which is on its way apparently. It was supposed to arrive yesterday, but because of the weather it didn't turn up, so I'm still waiting for my delivery, yesterday's delivery. So this is now the right way up. This is what you have at this point. And all that's left to do is take some double-sided sticky tape. peel it. And aim to pop your, make sure before you put your medallion on the sticky tape that it really sits centrally, because you're going to aim to place your medallion centered and straight. So there you go. This is the finished card. I have to put my flower on and my sentiment panel here, and that's the card finished. So I hope you liked my explanation and how to assemble it, and thank you very much. If you go to my store and purchase the details and the tutorial, thank you very much for doing so and for following me. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The button is there in the right corner. Read the description box of my video, because all the links also to the tutorial will be on there shortly. It's not yet in my store because I still need to put it online, but it's going to be over the course of today. So have a nice week, and thanks for watching, and bye.